I don't know what it is, but Cuatro Colinas was just calling our name today. Sometimes scrolling through the different list of servers, a certain map will just kind of jump out, and when that happens, we just go to it and see if we can find anything good. And so we are in this server just at the very end of Ibex drink time, and as soon as we decided to come here to Cuatro, I thought the 6.5 would be the obvious gun. Of course, this was the one that actually came with Cuatro Colinas, and it's a really good Ibex gun because it's so darn flat shooting. So looking at about 230 there, that shot looked like it hit exactly where we wanted, and a pretty nice should-be gold Bathides to get us going. By the way, I saw this guy before. It may be worth trying to take this guy for the Hall of Shame. I don't know if I've ever seen a level 2 Bathides Ibex, definitely with that low weight estimate. So, oh boy, alright, well there goes the rest of Ibex drink time. Fell right in the water, but maybe it'll be worth it for the Hall of Shame. They do stop drinking at 1400, so maybe we'll have a little time. 150 gold for that guy though, even high in the lungs, and I think we aim kind of low. 235 meters, got that guy, no big deal. And then we get to sit here and wait till our level 2 floats all the way over from there. You know, I will say the one good thing, he's actually moving pretty fast. I don't know what determines that. It's a weird sound. Kind of a decent looking one, but we want to overdo the pressure here. Yeah, that's a bronze, which bronze scoring males are what qualifies for our Hall of Shame. Bronze by 4, right about 82 kilo. I think we've sort of set a record here, but maybe not the record we want to set. Now, that guy there may have a little bit of potential. Diamond for Southeastern Spanish Ibex is 89, and this is one of the only species that can make diamond without being a max weight estimate, even being obviously below max level. The max weight estimate for them is 74 to 87 kilo. Obviously, he only went up to that 74 range, but we're going to see if maybe that has a shot at getting there. Now, if we could quit doing this part, that would be fantastic. But this guy looks pretty decent to me. Oh, that is a diamond. Perfect. I actually wanted to try to demonstrate this. 89.86 just barely makes it. But as far as species that can make diamond below the maximum level and then below the max weight estimate, I think it's these, and then of course female gemsbuck. So it's pretty neat. Hard shot that guy at 219 meters. And we were able to get a diamond and kind of show that. One of the rare things you can get here on Cuatro Colinas, and it's our 3rd kill. So that literally could not have gone any better. End of Ibex drink time and beginning of road deer drink time. Got a mouflon here, by the way. You know, we can get away with this. We don't kill a lot of mouflon, especially because they don't drink in the daylight anymore. Think we just hard shot that, and then the road deer heard that, but hopefully we can get him with the 243. Now, we can 0 for 200. That's about 250. So if he'll turn back broadside, I think we can get him. Maybe one more step. I don't really love that angle, so we'll try to get something a little more preferable. And in the meantime, I guess we'll kind of scoot in a little bit closer. So that's pretty much 200. Kind of a quartering angle, but I think we can get it. As long as he stays standing upright. Feels like that should be back in the lungs, maybe liver. And we should have 2 more pretty good golds down here. Our mouflon's laying somewhere right here. I actually dropped him right in this little row. I don't know what that could have hit. My assumption will be heart shot, and it was indeed. Double lung heart 6.5 is putting in work here on its original map. Pretty good deal. I'd love to see more of them. They drink, I think at 1800, something like that. It might be the same as kudu. If we roll into that time and we're kind of evening-ish now, we'll try to go and find some. And then our road deer, also max weight estimate, 69.78 score. He actually weighed just north of 30 kilo. Got him pretty much back, maybe center of the left lung. And we're just going to keep on scooting through here. So I prefer sort of the west side of Cuatro for road deer. Maybe we'll check a little bit of the river because that looks pretty unhunted. Time is just flying by, and I don't know how I feel about it. We've been out here on Cuatro an hour already. It does not feel like it's been that long, but a couple of max weight estimate road deer walking through here just leaving their zones. Might as well try to get this guy. Can be a little awkward in those fields, like if he's on the row, he's up higher, and I think maybe we did hit a little bit low. He's going down. I can't imagine that was a long shot, though. Oh, that had potential. I think he just got out of there. He dropped a lot quicker, though. Okay, I can't believe that. But there's vital blood here. Maybe we hit liver, because he definitely started to move forward again. But you can see, even as we're running through this uneven ground can be really awkward to get a shot. First one was too far back, had nothing to do with how low we were. Second shot, I don't know how we pulled that off, right through the top of the left lung. So we got another 30 plus kilo, 71 this time, goal scoring road here. And just like that, they're done drinking. We did end up, by the way, on the east side of the map, going up the river this way. I'm not even sure if anything drinks at this stage. So we might just kind of check some fields and stuff while we wait for, hopefully, Mouflon to start drinking. And a good kind of opportunity out here in the fields will be for pheasants. So I brought the 10 gauge specifically because there's no cover that pheasants run to on Cuatro. They basically just flush, and a lot of times it's further away than what we just had, but a little extra power for, you know, what obviously is going to be some marginal hits. So even with the 10 gauge, I want to see what the tracking distance was here. About 600 meters. I don't know if it was quite that far. The tracking distance can be kind of odd. A singular pellet hit him in the right wing at 63 meters, and that right there is why we brought the 10 gauge and not, for instance, something like the 16 that, frankly, I kind of prefer the open sights on. So I would say this is a pretty good sign. These Mouflon are just kind of roaming along. I think they're probably headed to a drink zone, which would mean their drink time is pretty much officially underway. Might try to pop this decent-sized level 2 Euro hair while we wait. That looked actually kind of cool. I thought they always had that animation where they like jump and flip, but that just kind of instantly died. So not really what I expected to happen. Just hit it in the leg, which I doubt had anything to do with it. Still a silver, by the way. Missed by 0.09. But anyway, I think we're going to try kind of down in the south for Mouflon. I want to say they drink here quite a bit, and I would imagine like anywhere really. So maybe we'll start here, go through the fields, hit this lake, and by the time we get to that one, surely anything that's going to a drink zone should be there. So it definitely seems like the south is one of the better areas for Mouflon. We've tried this before and not had a lot of luck, so good to see a bunch of them, but this has pretty much been the quality of every Mouflon we've found. That's at least a max estimate 4, or it was, before we had another 6.5 hard shot. So I'm hoping at some point we can at least find, like, the bigger horns on a 4. A 5 would be great, or maybe some kind of rare. And I would just like to know where to go for future hunts, because anytime we're out here, when we get to Mouflon drink time, it's just kind of run around and hope for the best. So maybe a little bit of progress. Got a 156 for this guy. Just through like the arteries at the top of the heart. Not too bad though. And that said 300 something meter tracking distance, and we never tracked him. That's what I was talking about, where I don't completely trust it. But we got this whole huge lake to check along. Hopefully that's not the only herd down here. Now that is awesome. It just got changed to morning. There's a level 7 max weight estimate Piebald Stag, and it is such a great rack. What's the estimate on this? We can't spot him, of course, now. 149 to 195. I assume he'll be 195. Like, that's just a stereotypical, really solid red deer. One of my favorite racks, and all the time, it was here on Cuatro that we grinded for a great one red deer. We got a lot of rares, a few gold rares. None with that rack. That's going to look really, really cool. And of course, we have the 6.5, so hopefully we can get a solid heart shot, because if we could drop him there, I think that could make for a really cool photo. So we're into right about 150. If he's going to stand there with his head up, really hope that hind clears. That'll work. And that is exactly what I wanted. What are the odds of that? Just one of the locations, frankly, you know, I talked about Mouflon earlier and not knowing where to go. If we hadn't done all that red deer grinding years ago here, this might not have been a spot that I would have checked, but up here, kind of in the northeast, a little lake like this has a really awesome rare. And he is like a little bit uneven. I think the antlers match, but there's maybe a different bend in his left beam than the right. which frankly I just think adds a little bit of character. Trying to get a couple of photos because it is rare, pun kind of intended, to get something like this and then have it land like this where the antlers are kind of like up in the air. I think we'll call that good, because even though I believe we did get host, we're still a multiplayer and weird stuff can happen. So he is a 195 gold, gonna tax that and send it straight to the lodge, right lung and heart with the 6.5. What a cool looking animal. Pretty even from here, though you can see it, this beam just bends a little bit different. That's so cool. I mean, I think it was 5,600 kills on the red deer grind. And for that to be one of the best rare red deer we've ever gotten, that says a lot about how tough it is to get one of those. So I think a pretty good way to try to wrap up this video, got a level 7 red deer actually leaving its zone. Oh boy, I can't believe we didn't just hit that with a 22. Okay, that could have been bad. But we should be good at that with a 6.5. Gonna take some time to bring him down, but 230 meters or so? I think that should have found his mark, and he is starting to drop, so I don't know how we didn't actually hit him with the 22, but pretty good deal. And frankly, I'm excited to go back and take a look at that piebald. And so one final gold for this hunt to wrap it up. And I was just thinking, we started this video talking about just feeling the call from Cuatro today. Man, do I think I know what it was. That piebald red deer, I believe, ended up just working out super well, coming out here today just on a whim. And now we get to go and take a look at it in the lodge. Now we do have this guy, and some of you guys maybe remember him from the Trophy Lodge tours. He's a 184, he's half of what we got today. His right side is the same frame as what we got, but you can see the left side has less tines. So we can change that out for our 195. I just think that looks a whole lot better. Both sides have like all the additional tines, the crown points. That looks really nice. The only thing I think, we'll have them look that way because it shows more of the white fur up along the neck and onto the head. That is so cool. You know, a below max weight estimate diamond ibex was kind of neat. A really nice piebald red deer stag was way cooler, and I do think we're gonna have to come back to Cuatro maybe sooner rather than later. I really enjoy that map, and when we find stuff like that, it's a good reason to go back out there. But anyway, that is gonna do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.